There are two major things that I love about being an RV technician. Number one, helping people. When a fellow RVer is in a bind, there's no better feeling than helping them work through or understand a problem, and of course fixing the problem so they can continue with their adventure. But the second thing is the hunt. The challenge of diagnosing a problem and then isolating it to a specific component is rewarding and fun. It might drive me crazy and I may become obsessed with it, but the victory is so sweet. Today's episode, well actually the next two episodes, are all about you helping me. Well, me as your RV technician. Don't worry, there's a lot of value for you, the RV owner. So stay tuned. Welcome to Confessions of an RV Technician. Learn from problems seen in the field. My name is Chris Ratcliffe, and I'll be your host. I am an RV TAA certified RV technician and an NRVIA certified RV inspector for R-Factor RV Services. This podcast is about real-life problems that I've experienced or helped other RVers resolve. This is educational information tied to an actual story or confession that will help you learn ways to improve your RV experience and possibly resolve small problems before they become big problems. As an RV technician, I come across all sorts of challenges on the job, and I love a good challenge. We've all heard the phrase, "It's not work if you're having fun." That's how I feel many times. But like anything, sometimes it's fun, and sometimes it's work. When it comes to troubleshooting a problem, I'm typically having fun. But before I can troubleshoot and resolve a problem, I must diagnose and understand how it happened in the first place. If it's not obvious why that's important, then let's consider that sometimes problems on the surface aren't caused by things that are so obvious. For example, your AC not cooling might not be a problem with the AC. It could be a problem with power. It might not even be a problem with your RV. It could be a problem with your shore power connection. So today, we're focusing on the importance of communication between RV owners and their technicians. You, the RV owner, have a very important task. You must give your technician enough information to help localize and identify where to look and what to fix. Your job that you must accept is to paint a complete picture and tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Why? It will definitely save you time. Saving time equals saving money. It might even reduce the inconvenience you experience, and it will definitely reduce stress. So let's jump into this week's confession. Actually, I'm going to give you two confessions for the price of one episode. Client reaches out to me for an AquaHot annual service. If you aren't familiar with AquaHot, it is a hydronic heating system that provides on-demand hot water and forced air heat. This is a very oversimplified. I could use a dedicated episode just to talk about the AquaHot system. I did take specialized training to get certified to service and repair AquaHot systems. So as I was saying, this was an annual AquaHot service. The manufacturer highly recommends this. You service your AquaHot once a year. As always, I ask the client if there are any problems with anything I'm servicing. In this instance, the client didn't mention any problems. So I approached this as a straightforward job. And as with any job, I did run the system before starting and it ran as expected. Now, after I completed the service and tested the unit, I found a fuel leak. Now, I'm initially thinking, did I do something to cause this leak? So I tightened up the fuel lines and I retested. it was still leaking. So after spending an excessive amount of time trying to stop the leak and look at everything, I talked to the client to inform him of the problem. He then informs me that he was aware of the leak and it's been there for some time. At this point, staying professional and maintaining my composure is my new priority. Because if you haven't already figured out, customer service is a really big deal for me. This was a pre-existing issue the client had not mentioned. If I had known about that ahead of time, I could have come prepared and solved the problem much faster. Turns out the aqua-hot fuel pump was the culprit and needed to be replaced. Here's your next confession. Another time in Orlando, I was asked to help with an air conditioner issue. The client was actually on the roof trying to fix the problem themselves, had the cover off of the AC unit, and there was a lot of tools out. They were frustrated and had spent quite a bit of time trying to solve the problem themselves before they asked me for help. So I started to collect information. The client only mentioned cooling problems with one of the 3 AC units, so I naturally started troubleshooting that particular unit. But after doing some testing, I realized the AC had proper power. This caused me to work a little bit backwards to locate where the power started and stopped. The more I looked, the more I realized I was missing something. It turned out that the problem was not isolated to the AC unit. But wait, there's more. I continued questioning the client, and he reveals something very interesting. He informs me that this particular unit is wired through the inverter. At this point, I jump up and ask, "Where's your inverter?" The inverter was located in a storage bay, and this bay was packed full. I had to move things around and discover that the inverter had been accidentally turned off by the items in the bay hitting the power button. So I turn on the inverter, and the AC worked. Ta-da! It wasn't like the client withheld information on purpose. But the reality is that when I knew more about the problem and the RV electrical configuration, I was able to instantly locate and solve the problem. Both of these confessions offer a very simple takeaway. When you work with your RV technician, always give as much detail as possible. Here's what helps me when I'm collecting information. First, I need to know the RV year, make, model, and floor plan. Then, explain the problem. How long has it been going on? What were the conditions when it happened? Were you hooked up on shore power? Was your generator running? Any small details you can share will help pinpoint the issue more efficiently. Also, don't forget to mention any recent repairs or updates that you've had done to your RV. Have you installed any new equipment, like a battery or an inverter? Sometimes problems stem from a recent installation or repair, and knowing that history gives your technician a head start in figuring out the issue. Even if it seems unrelated, that information can be key to a quicker diagnosis and solution. And don't hesitate to share those minor details, like strange noises, flickering lights, or smells, anything else that's unusual. These all can be clues to what's going on under the surface. The more we know, the better we can help, and it might just save time and avoid bigger headaches down the road. Now I'm going to talk about when someone initially contacts me and my process for collecting information. This is often on the phone, and I ask a lot of questions. I often wonder if it feels like an interrogation to the RV owner. When I'm on the phone, I'm trying to accomplish several things. 1, is the problem simple enough to instruct the client to fix it on their own? Let's say it's a fuse, a breaker, something accidentally switched off. There are things that I can walk you through over the phone and get you up and running instantly. Do I think that I can actually help them? Since I'm mobile, there's often a trip fee, mileage costs, and a 1-hour minimum of labor. If I don't think I can help, then I decline the job. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your money, my time, and I don't want to create extra frustration if I can't help. Number 3, sometimes we discuss what the goal is for success. I don't carry a lot of parts, so I have to order them. If the client is moving soon, there might not be enough time to receive the parts and get it installed. So is a diagnosis enough? Many times clients are thrilled just to have a diagnosis because now they have answers and we can create a plan to get the issue corrected. As much as I'm trying to understand the problem, it's all about setting expectations and good communication. Here's something else that I do. When I get on site, I ask many of the same questions again. Here's why. If any time has passed, it refreshes my memory. It helps me create focus for this particular job. Now that I'm on site, I'm seeing, I'm listening. Is the client telling me the same information? I've had clients start talking about another problem with their RV that had nothing to do with why they called me out. The biggest value of this extended interrogation, many times I get more information. They remember something else. Or now that I'm seeing things, I can get additional information. Well, that wraps up today's episode. I hope you found this information helpful and now understand why it's so important to share information with your RV technician. It can save time, money, and possibly reduce inconveniences and stress. Hold on. There's something else I need to ask from you. If you have ever tried to fix a problem prior to calling for help, don't be embarrassed or feel bad. We've all done this. Just be honest and upfront and share all the gory details. Sometimes you may have done a repair or changed a configuration that seems totally unrelated. But if we don't know, we may have a more difficult time helping you. It's the difference in unnecessarily chasing our tail and going down the wrong path, or possibly saving a step in the process. We both have the same goal: correct the problem so you can get back to enjoying your RV. You've been listening to Confessions of an RV Technician. Learn from problems seen in the field. Until next time, safe travels and explore with confidence. And be sure to subscribe to our channel so you know when the next confession is released.